Autism Mondays. Whatever. Right, okay, so we're back again. It's Autism Mondays. I'm in my living room. I'm just changing every single room every week now. So yes, it is Autism Monday, and I'm going to carry on the wee series that we've got about love and relationships, because these are all nosy buggers. I think you all want to know more about my life than my autism. So I am an open book. So here is my life. So again, for anybody, I'll do the boring stuff really quickly. So for anybody that's new to this channel, my name's Paul. I do autism videos every single Monday. I do autism videos to raise awareness, and I do quite funny videos and just quite sad and quite serious videos. Got an autism playlist, I'll stick it somewhere, right? And then you guys can watch that. I suggest you watch those videos first so you know more about me and why I do these videos, and then you can come see me. Right, 4 tips on how to propose to somebody. Let's get to it. Number 1, right? This is quite a big one, right? And again, it's tailored to autism. So don't guess, right? Just don't do it. Honestly, I feel like if there was an alarm. Guess, don't guess, don't guess, don't guess, don't guess, don't guess. Ask question. When you're with somebody, don't sit there on the first date and be like, so, will you marry me? When would you like to marry me? How would you like me to propose? Like, no, you'll scare them off, right? How many kids do you want to have? Do you want to have sex? Okay. Maybe the wrong question. For autistic people, we can't read between the lines, right? You can't just leave fucking breadcrumbs, man. You leave me breadcrumbs, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go, oh, a breadcrumb. Oh, a breadcrumb. Oh, a breadcrumb. What was you doing again? Then I give hints. Then I try and be clear, right? Then I be vague and just go, I might maybe be married by the time I'm 25 or 30. No, you didn't give me a 5-year gap, man. Again, be consistent. If they don't give you that answer, then you know they're nowhere near ready. So there's no point proposing. If Laura says to me, if I'm going to be proposed to, like, it can't be in public. Like, if you were to ever propose to me in public, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say no and I'm going to walk away. Ask those questions and it takes away the guessing. Don't fucking guess, right? So, number 2, there's nothing wrong as speaking to your missus and going, right, are we going to get married? And then, like, come on, we'll get married, right? And in that way, you're still kind of giving them the moment, but you've not got that thing, you've completely mistimed it. If you're going to go, Paul, what are you talking about? Like, nobody does that. That's what me and Laura did. My dad turned out to me one night and we were at a function and he was like, Laura's no one to hang about, Paul, when she needs to know that you're going to be serious. And I was like, but you've already spoken about it. I was like, what do you mean you've spoken about it? I went, I'm going to do it in about 3 months' time. And it's that open conversation. So I knew when I was proposing to Laura, she was going to say yes. I know it. And the good thing is, if they kind of know that you're planning all this and you're thinking about it, they could turn around and say it a month later and go, know what, maybe next year sometime. I was very fortunate that Laura was very clear. To the point where she was clear to the point where she was basically planned her own engagement, right? I didn't really have a choice. It was like, if you want to be with me, you're going to marry me. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, I'm not ready, but oh, she is super tidy. Oh, no. I'm not going to get any better than her. Oh, my God. Oh, I think I love her as well. Oh, I'm not ready. Oh, flip a coin. Right, okay. Heads, I stay a single, lonely, autistic man. Tails, I'm a married man at 25. Well, I'm a married man. I kind of wasn't really ready, but I was ready. I just needed somebody just to fucking give us a bit of a push. If I was with somebody that was aloof, kind of was like, oh, I don't know if I want married, I don't know if I want kids, oh, I kind of want kids though, I kind of feel like I want to be settled down, actually I want to go on holiday next year, actually, you know what, I kind of maybe want to see other people, actually, you know what, you want a threesome, what the fuck? Is the threesome with another woman? No. Fuck off. Number 3, right, especially as an autistic person, get her to pick the ring, right? Everybody's going, this is so unromantic, right? This is autism, right? It can go horribly wrong. You got to remember that the ring is like the thing that they're going to show everybody. So if your ring looks shit, right? She's going to be pretty embarrassed. Like I've even had some people say if the ring was shit, they wouldn't get married. I'm not wearing that. I'm sorry. This was £4,000. I know, but look at it. It's a real diamond. A canary crafted this with his own beak. It's too small. Again, Laura picked out a ring. She kind of had a fairy tale ring. And know what happened? She went, Paul, that's the kind of ring I want. I went, well, no, what? Pick your ring then, right? Again, like what my whole life is, I'm so lazy and I'm like, I'll forget. So it's like, right, just tell me what you want, man. I'm not good at surprises. Like, so you can, I quite like those shoes. I'm like, what? Like, shoes, right? Why did you get me a blender for Christmas? Well, you like to blend, you know. It's like we do watch Heston Blumenthal. I actually did give my wife a blender for Christmas. Paul, we were in a shop and I was like, oh my God, I love that bag. Oh, I would love to wear that bag. I was like, fucking buy it then. Like, the blender, well, you can make me stuff as well, so it's actually a family blender, okay? So Merry Christmas. Tried it once and learned from my lesson, right? First birthday, Laura's very first birthday, right? So what I did was, I knew Laura liked Swarovski, right? I knew she liked Swarovski, she had a few Swarovski things, and that's all I hear. It's like buzzwords, right? Remember my other videos with ADD? It's like Gaelic, it's like, haven't you had Swarovski? I love God. I said, who goes to church, Swarovski? I'm like, Swarovski in religion. She had this really like plain thin little cross, right? And me, I didn't ken, like, that was a thing in Christianity or whatever. Again, it's like, simple, like, statement. That I got a fucking blinged out cross, man, right? Swarovski, right? Not even that, right? It's a big chunky thing, right? It's like someone fucking T-Pain would wear, man. Kind of like walking into a sideways carton on a church. Oh man, yeah man, love my God, man. Got to love ya, got to love ya, got to love ya. I thought about it and I was like, it was pink, it was chunky. Big chunky cross, right? And I was like, Swarovski, religion, she's going to love it. I gave her on her birthday and I've never seen her face drop. And she actually just had to go, oh, I'm not wearing that. I was like, £70. This is the most I've ever spent on anybody in my life. £70. She was like, I just don't like it. And then I remember I was raging, I started booting stuff. I was like, this is the last time I ever think about anything for anybody. This is what happens. I know I just should have went to mixing. Oh my God, why am I in a relationship? So I remember I took her in the town, and we got our money back. And then I remember she got a ring that she picked and she liked. And see, ever since that, I knew if I couldn't even get a birthday present right, I'm definitely not getting a fucking engagement ring right. I'm not doing it. It's too much pressure, man. Too much pressure, right? So yes, if you are going to get your wife across and you are quite religious, probably best to get something that's very simple and very understated. Don't get a fucking iced tea, pure, got to love ya, got to love ya. Can't just be sitting again. My mum's always said to me, she wants to go to those churches, get in the gospel churches, get like, praise the Lord, yeah, oh, got to love ya, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, God, girl, look at that bling, girl, oh, God, be praised by the Lord, got to love you, got to love you, got to love you. I'm an absolute nutter. Fucking, I need to calm down. And then again, let them pick the ring, go to the shop. So again, Laura sent me links and stuff. She was like, I like this, I like this. She found the perfect ring, and it was just a case of me buying it, right? So the thing was, it was great. I was like, right, I'm going to do it in the next 6 months. I kind of agreed we're going to get married, kind of, right? I bought the ring. So again, right, so that's number 2, right? Number 2. So number 3, right? Now this is an important one, and again, people might disagree with me, but I don't care. So number 3 is ask the Father's blessing, right? Ask the Father's blessing, right? Because I want to tell you something right now. I've got 2 girls, and if the boy doesn't ask me a blessing, right, I'm that man. I'm saying no. Me and Jeremy, fucking Jeremy, I call him better than Jeremy. Right, me and Jeff definitely don't get married now. Can you hear Jeremy? Me and Jeremy are getting married, but like, nope. What? Nope. I told you. He didn't want to do it. Well, I don't want to pay for the wedding. See ya. Dads are a very good judge of character, right? And it's like a thing where if the dad gives you a blessing, then he knows that you're kind of meant to be together. It doesn't matter if you're in like the 19th century, the 20th century, the 21st, or the 22nd, 23rd century. A dad's little girl is a dad's little girl, right? Now, only thing I would say is, didn't speak about money, right? I was going to do it as a top 5 thing, right? But I'm just going to add this in. Just don't mention money, because everything was going great when I went and spoke to my father-in-law. And then I made the grave mistake of speaking about money. And I went, so, obviously with you being a dad, I mean, like, so, obviously you're going to pay for the wedding, right? I mean, you don't have to think about it right now. Paul, let's go in the garden, okay? I'm like, what the fuck? What the garden? You going to show me some shrubbery or some plants you've got? And it's like, he takes me in the garden, man, and it's like, what the fuck? He's like, an apple. Is it, Paul, there's an apple for you. I'm like, oh, for fuck, you're some fucking shit philosophy or something. It's like, I'm not hungry. It's like, Paul, I'm not asking you to eat the apple, son, okay? Oh, all right, okay, whatever. Right. It's not a poison apple. This is not Snow White. And it's like, he just gets a fucking crossbow out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why has he got the crossbow? And then all of a sudden, he gets a blindfold, and he's like, Paul, there's a tradition in our family, yeah. Laura never told me her family was in a cult. I was like, oh shit. So he's like, pop the apple on your head, Paul. I was like, I have dyspraxia. I don't have very good balance. This isn't going to end well. This is not a game, John. I just wanted you to give me your blessing and I buggered off, okay? It's like, no, Paul. Why is there a crossbow? And why are you sticking on a blindfold? Paul, right? I believe in fate, yeah? So, what to do, Paul? Is pop that apple in? I told you, I'm not good balancing. I have a kind of dyspraxia. I can't balance an apple on my head. I'll get distracted and then start headering it, right? No, Paul, just keep it there. Keep it there. Okay. As two labs start circling, isn't like, good boys. Oh no. Good boys. Oh shit. I thought you liked me, Mark. I thought we were going to be like brothers. He's like up with the crossbow and he's like, right, Paul, I'm going to put this blindfold on, yeah? And I believe in fate, Paul. If you're meant to be in my family, then when I let go of this, that arrow's just going to go right through that apple, yeah? So let's just hope for your sake goes through the apple, yeah? Why am I bouncing the apple? Just run, Paul. Okay, do you really love her that much? Come on, there was a nice Filipino girl that you seen down the road. She'd probably do. She was cleaning people's houses. She'd probably work. And then, thankfully, everything ended up well because it fucking ducked. I fucking tell you, man. He aimed right between here, man. I felt woof. I just ducked. Woof. I'm trying to go over the fence, fucking Mark and Glenn like fucking pulling us down. But thankfully, he wasn't very good at pulling down the fucking thing. So then Ethan thought, I was like, oh, look at that, Polly. I'm like, with the arrow, like, oh. Look at that, John. It's fate. It's meant to be. Oh, very good, yeah. By the way, I'm not paying for the wedding, yeah. I'm like, oh, maybe I don't want to get married. No, honestly, guys, I didn't speak about money, right? I think that's what would have fucking happened if it did, right? Because that's what Ed did, right? You come ask my permission, right? Or my blessing, right? And it's like, better be paying for the wedding. I'm like, fuck, am I fuck paying for this wedding? Get out there and get an apple on your head, right? And I'm telling you right now, right? I've not got a very good aim. Right, okay, right? Alright, who needs the blindfold? I've got fucking great vision. Like, alright. Oh, just don't get the apple, Paul. Just don't get the apple. Oh, yes. Always ask the dad's permission, right? Because it's really important and it's a good judge of whether it's the right time. Tip number 4, right? Tip number 4 has to be the most important one. Try and make it special. So, here's my story of how I proposed to my wife, right? So, I tried to make it special as possible. It was the only thing that I didn't have any, help on, and I just kind of did it myself. What I did was, I spelled out "Will you marry me?" right? And what I did was, for every single letter, I took a different photo in the places that were important to us. So again, I'm not going to tell you the reasons why each of them were important, right? But again, one of them was say like the casino where we met, and I'm pretty sure that's the W, I think. And then again, it's like W, and then what I did was, I gave her a clue, and it was like a day. It was like an engagement day. She knew she was getting proposed to that day, so I laid out like the shirt that I wore when I met her. And I was like, what's this for? She was like, oh right, yeah, blah blah blah. And then she'd text me. I'd give her clues, and then she'd text me. But the problem is, I'm fucking terrible at it. I made them too hard. I remember at one point she was like, boy, I actually didn't have a fucking clue what you're speaking about. I'm like, oh for fuck. Do I need to get you the rules? Like, my god, why did you ruining my fun game? It's like, Paul, I know you're autistic and this means a lot to you, but can you just tell us fucking whatever it is so we can get on to the next one? So I took her to my granny's. So granny, what I want you to do is, when you're bringing through when you bring through the cup of tango, just pop the ring in there and just make sure she doesn't swallow it. Well, there was a park that was close to my grand's house, and I took her there because if you kind of looked out, you kind of got a really good view of like the Sidlaw Hills and stuff like that. So I was like, that's kind of like a good way. And again, I was a really lonely child growing up, so I used to go to that park and when I was at my granny's and just sit there and play on my own. Remember, I used to get like golf clubs and just tap them back and forth. My life is pure passion. She knew what I meant by it, which meant a lot to her. Then what I did is we got our wee bear Benji. By the way, Benji's got something for you. Put Benji on the wee swing, and she was like, "What the fuck is this?" She was like, "Turn around," and she turned around, and then it was on my knee, or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. It was really good. When I looked at it, I just had memories of loneliness, and it was just every time I look at it, I just remember this wee lonely boy playing on his own. Like, I had nobody to play with. I was me growing up, hardly had anybody to play with. So just like sitting in this wee park on my own, going down the fucking swings, thinking I'm fucking Harry Potter, Batman, Superman, whatever I'm thinking of. And again, it was like a thing to go, this young little, like, autistic lonely boy, never would have thought that he would be like with somebody and end up with somebody and be able to spend their life with such an amazing person. So it was weird, and it was it's in St Mary's. It wasn't really like, it wasn't a scheme. It wasn't like the most prettiest park in the world, but it meant a lot to me in my kind of mucked up world. And she knew, and again, when I explained it to her, she was like, and I quite like it as well, because again, your granny's just up the road as well. She loves my granny, so it was weird, but I did it in my own way, and I made it special. Again, I did it in a way where she'll remember it. Now, see if you are going to do this thing, right, with the photos, right, okay, make sure, right, that you time it, right. Me being me, I think I timed it. I think I did it the day before. Me and my pal Scott, he was driving me about. I'm like, right, go there, go there, go there, go there, go there. I remember I went to the casino and I left my car key in the casino, and I was like, this is a fucking sign, Scott. I'm not meant to get married. I'm like, how could you lose your car key? I'm like, again, man, I must have dropped it in the casino, and I did. Right, when they took the photo, I put my fucking car key down, and I remember just walking into the casino going, if my car key is in this casino, it is meant to be. It's meant to be. Went to the casino, boy was just like, oh, I want to do that. Is this yours? I'm like, thank you. And so yes, I nearly lost my car in the process of trying to propose to my wife. So I made it special again. So whatever it is, speak to your wife. Find out, speak to your missus, find out what's special to them, important to them, and then from there, just make it special. As the only thing I'll kind of tell you that me and my father-in-law spoke about when I went to see him was, he went, Paul, make it special, right? Make it special. It doesn't matter if it's like in her way or your way, just make sure that you do it in a way where she feels that she's special. And I did, and again, I've never ever done that again, where I've had a day devoted to Laura, and I've spent a day, getting like, this day is for you, babe. Even on the wedding day, I'm like, fucking hell, man, you're fucking late. What time do you call this? I thought you were going to stand me up. I was out that door, right? I was away to go to the venue myself and get pissed, okay? I don't really show Laura a lot how special she is this. And that day, I tried to make it as special as possible. So make it special. So there is 5 simple kind of rules. If you're an autistic person, you're thinking about proposing. I know it's out the ordinary, and again, it's maybe a bit strange, but honestly, right, be clear, be open, and just have conversations, right? Just have conversations, and don't be afraid to ask them, and if you're with somebody that's autistic and you kind of want things a certain way, don't expect them to follow the breadcrumbs, right? Don't leave them a trail. Tell them what you want. I want this. I want my ring to be this. I want to be proposed that way. I want my wedding to be that way. I want this. I want this. I want that. Then that way we could kind of go, nope, that's not for me. See ya. So, but just be clear and open, right? So there you go. There's tips for it. And hopefully, if you do follow my tips, you end up in a cracking marriage like myself, with a tidy missus and 2 beautiful girls. I have ended up very, very lucky, and thankfully I ended up being married. And the next video is going to be about my wedding day. Yes, what is it like to have an autistic wedding? You'll find out next week. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, guys. Again, if you've liked this, like and subscribe. Again, check out the playlist if you're new. And again, comment. I'm tired of saying fucking telling people to comment. I'm telling you to comment. Why is nobody comment? It's like, I just come here for 6 minutes to fucking see this one's going to be funny. Right? If it's not funny, I'm off, right? I don't care. So, comment and fucking speak to us, right? Even if you're not autistic, even if you want to speak about the weather, even if you want to speak about my hair, it's an absolute mess, and hopefully it's going to get cut very, very soon, because the barbers are opening. Again, just comment, and I can comment back, okay? Sorry, I was just like, who is that? I always get distracted by windows, man. You're going to put me in front of a window. Right, so thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again next Monday on Wedding Day, Autism Mondays. Autism Mondays.